Woke up exactly in time for sunrise over Albania. Although it's very beautiful here, I'm driving further north today. Destination is a place just above Bari, that's about 2.5 to 3 hours from here. It's very beautiful here, but at some point I have to move on. I've left out a few things in the north, for example Tuscany, which I still want to see. After that I also want to go to Lake Garda and the Dolomites, although we'll have to check whether it's snowed there. And even though it seems like I still have plenty of time, I think that time is relatively short for all the things I still want to see. So I'll slowly move on, hopefully to beautiful places to stay overnight. And I also hope that the storms in the north haven't made it too difficult to visit and that no roads are closed. But I'll probably find out when I get there. I've now arrived where I wanted to go, but it's far too loud in the middle of the city. Not really a good place either, not suitable for a campervan at all. So I'm going to drive further now. Shortly after setting off, I saw a mountain in the distance, and the place I wanted to go was supposed to be a bit higher up. I had hoped that that place would be a place on the mountain I was seeing, and that's exactly how it turned out to be. The mountain that I could see the whole time. I've now parked on the edge of it, and the view isn't bad at all. Further north we go. This time I'll be going along the coast, but then heading inland because I'm supposed to go to Tuscany, which I skipped at the beginning. That means, of course, that I'll miss a whole section of the coast on the east side, but that's better than skipping Tuscany. And driving down again and catching up on the missed section, I don't think it's worth it. I'll mainly drive through the village again and skip the motorway. That means it will take a bit longer, of course. So it'll take about 7 hours from here to Tuscany. If you take the motorway, then it'll take about 5 hours. But I probably won't drive the whole 7 hours in one go, but will spend another night somewhere in between and then be in Tuscany sometime tomorrow. Every time I drive on roads like this, I think it might be too narrow for the car. What if another car comes? Maybe the road isn't made for driving over it with such a big car. But then I remember that I drove along the Amalfi Coast with this. It simply can't get any worse. And then I'm relaxed. Had a short break, let's move on. I drove a lot further today than I wanted, or let's say than I intended. I think I've been on the road for about 7, probably a bit more than 7 hours. And I'm now north of Lake Bolsena. I actually wanted to stay overnight right by the lake. There is a place there that should cost a bit of money, but to be honest, it wasn't that nice. And I would have done it if the weather had been any good, but now it started to rain. That means I probably won't go out anyway. That's why I'm standing here in an ugly parking lot in some industrial area. But the good thing is that I'm south of Tuscany and can start my tour through Tuscany tomorrow. That's it for today. Off to Tuscany. been thinking back and forth for a while now about what I should do, Lake Garda or the Dolomites, and at the moment neither of them appeals to me. I would much rather go back to the sea, calm down a little bit, and maybe not drive for a day, and then I'll think about what I'm going to do next. Well, I had to avoid the boat there. So when I get to the sea, I think about what I feel like doing next, but somehow the motivation isn't there right now. So now I'll drive to the sea and I'm looking forward to that. Yesterday I was thinking about how tight such a van is for 2 people, but there are 4 of them. I suspect that the beach is being prepared for the high season, so that it's nice and flat and one lounger after the other can stand in boring uniform rows. So when the excavators aren't busy working, I actually find it very nice here. That's why I've decided to stay a second night before heading off to the Dolomites tomorrow, and from there to Lake Garda and then to Lake Como. I think the 3 weeks here in Italy will be over by then. And now I'm going for a little walk on the beach before I sit down again in the shady camper van and read a bit.